Trump and GOP were attached to a murder, what would media say? But let's put the shoe on the other foot. Our country has become a banana republic. Anything minor Trump does is leaked, quote, a crime taken out of context, hyped through the roof, and then turned into hysterical headlines by the media. The media turns an ordinary conversation by Trump that every president has into the biggest news story of the year. But if Democrats conspire to fix an election and a DNC, Democratic National Committee staffer, winds up murdered, you hear nothing about it in the mainstream media. We're not talking about a conversation here. We're talking about a real-life murder. It may be an ordinary street murder by thugs, but just the idea that it could be attached in any way to the DNC makes it off limits to discuss. It's verboten. We see a total mainstream media blackout. But let's put the shoe on the other foot and see what the media would say. What if RNC, Republican National Committee staffer, were murdered in the streets of Washington, D.C. on July 10, 2016? What if WikiLeaks publicly stated that the RNC staffer leaked the 44,000 emails that showed Donald Trump and the RNC chairman, Reince Priebus, conspired to fix the GOP presidential primary and cheated Jeb Bush out of victory? What if those emails proved a former RNC chairman now working for CNN cheated and gave debate questions in advance to Donald Trump, so he would always have the perfect answer? What if Trump and the RNC chairman were badly embarrassed by this leak of sensitive private documents, and Trump's chances of being elected president were damaged, and the RNC chairman wound up fired because of this leak? What if the cold-blooded killing of this RNC staffer looked more like an assassination, with the killers never even attempting to grab his wallet, cash, watch, or jewelry? What if WikiLeaks offered a $20,000 reward for information on the murder of this staffer, yet no reward was ever put up by the Trump campaign or the RNC? What if the former chairman of the RNC called the police demanding to know why a private investigator was snooping around in the case? What if the former chairman of the RNC threatened the D.C. police chief for gathering evidence on his computers that held confidential RNC information? Well, don't look now, but all of this happened to DNC staffer Seth Rich, the Hillary Clinton campaign, DNC chair Debbie Wasserman Schultz, and former DNC chair Donna Brazile. Yet the media doesn't care. They won't investigate. Heck, they won't even mention the murder. If in fact murdered DNC staffer Seth Rich is the one who embarrassed Hillary and Wasserman Schultz and the entire DNC by leaking all of these sensitive documents, then the entire Russian hacking story is a lie. If this story is proven true, then Russia didn't hack the DNC. Seth Rich did, and he's dead. If that's the difference between me and the wild, radical, hysterical conspiracy theorists on the left, I say if. I have no idea. I don't claim to know why Seth Rich died. I don't claim to know who murdered him. It might have been DC street thugs. This might all be a coincidence. I don't claim to know if Seth Rich was the WikiLeaks source. I don't know if he damaged Hillary's lifelong dream of becoming president, or if he ruined Wasserman's career at the DNC, or if he destroyed the credibility of Donna Brazile forever at CNN. I don't know if the murder investigation has been stonewalled by powerful DC voices. But I know this is what journalists do. They write about controversial stories. They investigate. They ask questions. They shine the light on darkness. Nothing is supposed to be off limits. The media isn't supposed to run away from stories like this. And I know something smells rotten. And usually where there's smoke, there's fire. I know if every time anyone dares to bring this story up, they are threatened with losing their career, someone very powerful is very scared. I simply want to know what happened. I want the murder solved. I want closure for Seth Rich and his family. Here are some obvious questions about the Seth Rich murder, compiled from my friends in law enforcement. Washington, D.C. is awash in CCTV cameras, yet we have seen no videos. Where are they? Who has them? Law enforcement always releases the images of murder suspects in the public, yet they refuse to release. Why? In murder cases, autopsy reports are always released to the public. It's one of the reports the media demands ASAP. Where is the autopsy? There has never been any information released about the description of the suspect or suspects. Again, the media demands this. Why hasn't any description been released? The FBI doesn't involve itself in everyday murder cases. Why are they involved in this one? And why are they not releasing pertinent information to the public to help solve this murder? I could go on and on. There are many other unanswered questions that any trained investigator would ask as well as any investigative reporter would ask. This is clearly an unusual case because no one in the mainstream media is asking. There's one thing I know for sure. If this was a murder attached to in any way to President Donald Trump, the RNC, and the GOP, even in the most circumstantial way, it would be bigger media headlines than the O.J. Simpson murder trial, combined with Lindbergh baby kidnapping, combined with Watergate, combined with the Bernie Madoff Ponzi scheme. It would be the biggest media obsession in world history. But this one involves Hillary, the DNC, and the Democrats. So, it's a total blackout. And that tells me all I need to know. This one is scaring the most powerful people in Democrat Party politics. This one is big. The views expressed is an opinion article. Yeah, but absolutely, I totally agree. I totally agree. Let us know what you think in the comments below, and thank you so much for watching.